What is up, everyone? My name is Michael Pohl with Bay Area Aquatics, and today we're going to be talking about San Francisco Bay's new freeze-dried Cyclops food. Alright, so I originally saw this on Michael's Fish Tanks. I think they sent him a bottle of it or something like that, but I saw this in his channel, and I was like, you know, I actually kind of like that. It's a real powdery type of food. It looks really good. It's a big jar of it. This whole jar is only 20 bucks, so, you know, and they sell smaller jars of it, but it looked like to be a really good value, and he really liked it, so I figured I would go ahead and order it and try it myself. So I placed an order on Amazon. After a little bit, I sent it to Peter and Trent with Guppy Guru and Well Done Tanks, and they ordered it, and I was like, I don't know if I need to order more food. I already have a lot of food. I had just ordered the Sarah Micron stuff that I was playing with, so I'm like, do I really need another fry food? And Peter really, really loves it, and so I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to buy a thing of it and see how I like it. Because supposedly it's pretty good. So the way that I'm looking at this is definitely going to be more of like a fry food, community tank style food, at least the way I'm using it. It's a super fine powder, so you can kind of see it in here, and I'll obviously overlay pictures, but super fine powder, really, really like it. And in my opinion, the two big competitors, or I guess there's three, but I only have two of them. The 50/50 from Hikari, I believe is what it is. It's like a real powdered fry food. The Aquarium Co-op fry food, which, full disclaimer, Aquarium Co-op sent me this. I didn't pay for this one, but they didn't pay me to say anything about it. Didn't have any stipulations. They just sent it to me. So I do have this. And then the Sarah Micron food, which I bought by my own. And there's pros and cons to all of these, especially the SF Bay. Now, since I held off on buying the Cyclops for a little while, they actually added, San Francisco Bay, added an option with a bottle. And I really like that. I like the Aquarium Co-op bottle. I feed this one a lot to my ponds just because it is easy to feed out of the bottle. And with my pond netting and everything on top, I don't have to remove any of that to get like flakes or anything on it. This stuff fits through it. And so I feed that a lot simply because I'm lazy and don't like lifting all my lids off of the ponds. I can just spray that in there and it works. Love the idea of the bottle. That being said, San Francisco Bay brand, if you are watching this video, this bottle sucks. I don't like this bottle. Now, two main reasons why I don't like this bottle. The first one is the food didn't feed very well out of it. And I don't know why that is. I had problems, like I couldn't squeeze it like I could the other bottles I've had in the past. It would clog up in the little thingy there, and it gave me problems. And so I found that I had to shake it like a salt and pepper shaker, which is okay. I mean, I can deal with that. But even that was kind of like, it was only coming out about half of the shakes, and like, it just wasn't feeding very well. And so I was kind of wondering why. And I thought maybe like the hole in the top here, this my other complaint is the lid. I thought maybe the hole in the top here was too small or something like that. And then I started looking at the differences between this bottle and the Aquarium Co-op fry food bottle. And I noticed this bottle of fry food is 4 ounces. This entire jar is 4.7 ounces. So the volume of food for weight is a lot different. So if I put the same amount of volume of food in this Aquarium Co-op bottle, you'd only have about 1 ounce of food in here versus the 4 ounces of co-op food. And so I thought, okay, maybe the problem isn't necessarily the bottle, it's just that the food is just a little bit on the light side. It's just freeze-dried Cyclops. It's really fine powder. It just doesn't like to, come out very easy. So went ahead and bought a couple of condiment bottles, similar style to the co-op ones, except these are from the dollar store. They're a little bit bigger, a little bit cheaper made. They're not as nice of a plastic. But I actually like these bottles better than the co-op ones, but it's a whole other story. And put the Cyclops in it. I don't know if you can see it very well, but this is full of Cyclops, and tried it out. And it feeds 1,000,001 times better out of this bottle. I don't know what it is. It doesn't clog up. It feeds really easy. Feeds just like the fry food from Aquarium Co-op. And the other thing I like about this dollar store bottle is the lid has this little attachment thing, and that's why I like it better than the co-op bottles, because the lid on the co-op bottle isn't attached. It's a separate lid. This, I don't ever lose the lid because it's just attached to it. I don't have to worry about it. And you can buy a 2-pack of these at the dollar store for $1. So 50 cents a bottle, not a bad deal. The other gripe that I have with this bottle is I like to feed one-handed, and that also comes back to why I don't like the co-op bottle as much as this one, because if I go and pop the lid off of the co-op bottle, I have to have my second hand to grab the lid, but I can pop it up with my thumb, which is nice. This one, the dollar store bottle, I can pop it with my thumb. It's good to go. I can feed it. No problem. One hand feeding. It's great. This bottle happened to me a couple of times. I go to pop open the top with my thumb, and what happens is when you pop it like this entire lid pops off of the threads. And so I'm trying not to block it with my hand very much, but when you go to pop it, it's just like, it's hard to do without blocking it, but okay. Trying not to block it with my hand, so I'm going to put it up and just not talk for a second. Like I said, I feel like I'm not showing that on camera very well, but basically, whenever I try to go pop the top off like I can do with the other two bottles, it doesn't pop the actual lid off, it pops the bottle off at the threads, and if I have that like upside down, all of a sudden now I've spilled food everywhere, or if it's even slightly windy outside, it'll kick it up. Again, just a little gripe, I might be opening the bottle wrong. It doesn't always do that, but 95% of the time it does that, and I just annoys the crap out of me. So again, that's my biggest complaint. This wasn't even originally included in the, $19.99 price, but they recently added an option where you can get the bottle, so it's technically free. That being said, if you're going to include something, I would prefer it to just actually work versus wasting the plastic sending it out for people to find out they don't like it and then having to go buy more plastic. That's just me. But those are my two biggest complaints about the Cyclops, is just the bottle, and I think that's actually it. Both complaints are mainly with the bottle. That being said, my platies love the food, guppies love the food, my tetras love the food, killifish love the food. It's real easy to feed, so once you put it in a good bottle, and I really like it, and it's a good price for the food too. So the co-op fry food is the cheapest. It's $10 for this 4-ounce jar of it. Not going to beat that price, at least not with this type of food. This is the cheapest one that I found. The freeze-dried Cyclops, you can get this a big 4.76 ounce jar for $19.99 off of Amazon. That's a good deal for the volume of food. Like I said, this isn't as dense and heavy of a food, but it's a lot more volume of a food. And so it's not bad for fry. They also sell a smaller jar that's not priced as well. I wrote it down. It's a ½ ounce for $8. Now at a ½ ounce for $8, it comes really close to the price of the Sarah Micron food, which, if you look at the difference here, this is $12.66 on Amazon right now. This is $20. So a very big difference. Now granted, this is like a formula. This is also a really good food. I really like this food, but it's really expensive compared to like the freeze-dried Cyclops or even the mixture that the fry food has. These very different size, and the fry food is like $3 cheaper. It's one of those, like, it's a big container. I almost didn't buy the big container, but I just couldn't justify, or I didn't want to justify at least buying ½ an ounce for $8. So what I ended up doing was I bought this big one, and I've been splitting it up between friends. So you can see a good chunk of it's gone already. That's because part of it's in the bottle here. I've given off 2 or 3 baggies of it to a couple of friends. I've been feeding it, and I still have a good chunk of bottle left. So one of the things you could do is, if you have a couple of friends, maybe you don't have too many breeding tanks like me. I only have 4 tanks that are breeding and then 4 ponds that are breeding. And so I don't go through all that much fish food. You could buy the $20 one, buy 4 bottles from the dollar store, and grand total, $22. You could split that 4 ways and each have this giant bottle of fry food for like $5.50 plus whatever the tax is in your area. So that actually makes it a little bit cheaper than the fry food, not per ounce, but per volume. It would make it a little bit cheaper. And so that's another option you could do, and that's something I would recommend to do if you have enough friends in the area, or just buy the big jar of it and maybe give it away to some friends or something. Like I said, I like it. The other thing that's nice about it is this has a 60% protein versus the Aquarium Co-op is only, I think, 55%. I have it here somewhere. Yeah, 55%. And the Sarah Micron is actually the lowest protein rating. It's like 53. Yeah, 53.8%. And so it's also pretty high protein, which is good. So yeah, that's kind of my feedback on the SF Bay freeze-dried Cyclops. It's definitely a buy for me. It's worth it. Definitely would recommend it. But again, SF Bay, get rid of this bottle. If you're going to go buy it, just buy the container. Don't even bother with this bottle. It's not worth it in my opinion. Hit Dollar Tree or Amazon or somewhere, buy some ketchup bottles, and just do your own, because again, this one is not good. But other than that, I really like the food. I definitely think it was a hit and a home run from SF Bay. And it's something that I'm looking forward to feeding for a while. All right, so let me know what your favorite powdered fry food. I know there's 1,000,001 different ones on the market. I'm only comparing like 3 or 4 of them. Let me know if you've fed this already. I know a lot of people have been buying it recently. What you think about it, what you think about the pricing, etc. And what other fry type of foods that you feed, whether it be Sarah Micron, Aquarium Co-op, whether you make your own, which I also do, or anything else like that, or the Hikari. I want to know what you're feeding down below and what your experiences are. So leave a comment if you do feed any of those. That being said, if you're new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button. We upload videos every Friday. Hit the bell notification so you definitely don't miss any videos. You get notified every time I upload a video, or if I upload a surprise video or go live, you'll get notified. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, you know what to do. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.